It's that special time of year as the baseball season starts, the crisp spring air and the smell of ballpark food. It's opening day at Joe Etzel Field with the Portland Pilots hosting the Creighton Blue Jays in the 2025 home opener. Went looks back at Bean. Swing and a miss for Lewis. And that will retire him for the second out for Portland. That'll bring up Spencer Scott. Scott, the local product from Grant High School, swings and chases on the high fastball. That'll strand two on the bases for Portland. Back-to-back strikeouts, gets Went out of it. Jammed inside is Bruce. Slow roller over to second. Hess, the backhand flip over to first for the double play against Portland. Bruce is retired, two gone. And that breaking ball stays high. So Bean gets an RBI off the walk. That brings in Trey Swigart, who started the bottom half of the second inning, getting on base. During the tournament, they were unable to get a win and force that decisive final game as Talia strikes out with the bases loaded. And that'll end this half of the second inning for Portland. They have since changed conferences. There's been some shifting at the high school level. Here he gets a ground ball past the diving Rutigliano over at second base. And a one-out single for Matt Sherman. His first start of his career is actually in center field against this Pilots team. Here he golfs one into center field, and Bruce won't be able to get to it on the run. Comes up throwing towards third, and Sherman slides in head first safely. And the Blue Jays can strike to tie it up with runners on the corners after the one-out single by Tate Guillen. High fly ball hit into left center field. Gage Bruce is going to call off his right fielder Niedowitz. He'll make the catch in the gap, and that'll be a sacrifice fly RBI for Teddy Dieters. Swing and a miss. Lewis will go down with his second strikeout. And team this season, even though they're selected to finish second, as Rutigliano will go down with a strikeout chasing the high pitch. Two gone and a runner on first. That'll bring up Gage Bruce. Scott's going, and Bruce chases the low pitch. Ends in a strikeout. Runner stranded in Scott over at first. No runs coming to score. It remains a 1-1 ball game. We head to the fourth, middle of the order. McLean, North, and Hess for the Blue Jays. Pulls one down the right field line, and that's a fair ball over the first baseline, or over the first base bag, I should say. Rounding first over into second, it'll be McLean, and a leadoff double for Creighton. On McLean at second. Retreats back to his position, and it bounces off the heel of the glove of Howard. That'll be ball four anyways, issued to North, but moving over to third is McLean. He's now 90 feet away from scoring and giving the Blue Jays the lead. Hess, ground ball over to second. Rutigliano will glove it, throw it over to Swigart at first, and that'll be an RBI ground out for Kyle Hess. 4-3 in the scorebook. That'll be the first out, but runners move up. This one will be lined into the outfield and drop in left center field. North will score, and that'll be an RBI single for Connor Capisi. Two runs have come in to score here in the fourth. It's now 3-1. Swigart didn't bite. And that ball just dropped right on the edge of the strike zone. Swigart is retired to start. Niedowitz strikes out on the high fastball. Two gone. And obviously Loomis and the rest of this coaching staff see what Lewis can do at the plate. But he strikes out for the third time today. This time the 1-2 delivery. Rutigliano goes down with a strikeout. 4 strikeouts now for Ackerman in just 2 innings of work. The leadoff man is left stranded on base for Portland after the 2-0. McLean 1 for 2 today. Popped out in the first to Rutigliano in shallow right field. Now he pulls this one over to first and underneath the glove of Swigart and into right field. Rounding first and some hesitation, now heading towards second, and will get in there with a stand-up double. No tag applied by Scott. The open stance in the left-handed batter's box. Off the end of the bat, up the middle, and that might score a run. McLean rounds third. He's going to head in and score on the RBI single off the bat of Kyle Hess, his second RBI of the day, and add on another insurance run for Creighton. They lead 4-1. Strike three. Capisi and Ackerman knew it. Swigart left frozen in his stance. 2 gone. McCarthy is on deck. He'll take over at the DH position for Aaron Lewis, and Talia frustrated with himself as he chased a slider that just evaded his bat. Baseman Hess keeps an eye on Bean. Scott turns on one, then that is going to be in fair territory. Just inside the bag at third. Rounding third, it's Bean. He's in. McCarthy held up at third. It's an RBI double for Spencer Scott. Strike three at the knees, and Creighton will get out of the inning, only giving up the 1 run off of 3 hits as Portland cuts into the lead. It's 4-2. Nedowitz goes down with a strikeout. 1-2-3 for Portland. Nobody on base, nobody left. Snap bat, he grounded out to Rutigliano at second. Ground ball into the 5-hole pass to diving Salk. Coming around third and in to score, it's going to be Hess, and the throw is not going to beat him there. An RBI single for Capisi, his second of the day, and another run comes in for Creighton. It's now 5-2. Emily. 3-2, 2 outs. Last chance for Portland. Softly hit, jammed inside. It was Talia over to third. Sherman throws it in time to retire Talia, and that will end game 1 of our doubleheader today. It's Creighton who wins against Portland 5-2 off of 7 hits, no errors, and they were nothing but consistent and patient at the plate, getting on via the walk, finding their hits here and there, those timely hits that always end up panning out for you, and the Blue Jays will take game 1 of the doubleheader 5-2.